You.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the most entertaining, the most intriguing Swagged Out podcast on social media. Y'all already know what it is. As you have stepped into another session of Ring Psychology. So get your mind right because we got some pretty tasty, entertaining stuff to discuss today. And of course, before we get into all that, we're just tag teaming it today. Of course, we would have the triple threat on hand, but we're missing one member. I mean, it's all right. It's early in the day. I guess he doesn't do afternoons. Guess you got to catch him in prime time, so to speak. But be that as it may, y'all already know who it is, man. The best tag team partner on the face of the earth. Man, he's got all the swag, all the drip, he is now officially the tribal chief of music production. If you don't believe it, just go listen, and you will be automatically convinced he is the man with the Midas touch because everything that he says and does is just straight gold. So it's the only one, Dre Cole. And of course, you already know who I am, the flavor of life, one of the livest ones, if not the livest brother walking these streets, these wrestling streets, Two Live Brew. So here we are. All right, Dre. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut right to the chase. So these past couple of weeks, there has been a major bombshell dropped in professional wrestling because WWE just struck gold, I believe, or maybe even the jackpot, because one of the hottest female free agents. And I know
Finest
you got
people.
a
Oh God.
yeah, she's definitely a 10. She definitely be a 10. But yeah, one of the hottest free agents, female wrestler wise, I should say, in the business, has now officially signed a multi-year deal with WWE. And of course, it's no
Sir.
surprise by now. You know who we're talking about, Jade
Sir.
Cargill. A storm
Not
has
not
definitely
only
hit.
did she sign the contract, she was at the performance center yesterday.
Right.
And
Did a
actually
live
she
interview
was
on the bump.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Right.
So
And did a live interview on the bump.
interview. Yeah.
Um,
He's
if you
jumping
don't
right
have
into
right, if you don't have Peacock, you definitely might want to go subscribe to that and check out WWE's internet talk show,
it.
The
Sir.
Bump. It definitely has all the superstars on there. They're just talking about regular stuff. I mean, it's actually a cool little show. I've got a chance to check out a couple of episodes, and Jade was on there a couple of days ago. So if you haven't seen the interview, definitely go check it out. But Dravis, I'm gonna let you kick this off, man, and have the
I said
floor
what
because
I
I
had to
know
say. She
Jade is
knows
one of
my
your favorite people.
I wouldn't, I'm not gonna say she fine. Man, she fine.
I mean, that's obvious, Dre. That's
She is
obvious.
fine. That is an intriguing specimen of a woman right there.
He said
Just don't bring
it's
Bow Wow with you. When you did a little Bow Wow skit in the AEW, that was whack. Just don't leave him where he at.
yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Let
don't
Shad
need
stay
him.
where he at.
I'm gonna be honest. So I see big things. I definitely see her as a title holder very soon. That
Yeah,
I don't even think they're gonna waste any time with that.
no,
Um, I don't everybody's fantasy is seeing her fight Bianca,
right?
and I don't know for sure if I definitely well, let me change that. I do want to see that. I want to see her fight Bianca, but I think I want to see her more tag with Bianca more than anything else, though.
Hmm,
I
that's
think
interesting.
I would like to. They would dominate the tag team, the women's
They
tag team division.
would. There's no doubt about that.
And
And I'll tell you what. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I mean, and she looked good on this Hurt Business 2.0.
Oh yeah.
I
Right.
would like to
Right.
see that too.
Right. But
Um,
here's the thing, though. Here's my thing. If I could just intervene for a second, would it really be necessary just from um, a create not only a creative but a drawing point of view? Would it really be necessary to have two women in the hurt business as opposed to either it'll be Bianca or it'll be Jay? Would that really make sense?
uh, I don't even think it's a thing of if it'll make sense as much as it is just putting them together. I mean, we've never seen anything like that, having two women in one group. Um, because you don't want to split them up if you're gonna see them together.
That's true. That's true. If I had the pen, I would do it like this. If you want to just like pretty much combine all of this together and just hear me out on this, I would go through with the idea of putting them in the hurt business. Only difference is after they get a little bit more established, they get some wins under their belt, they get more TV time, yada yada yada. When it gets close to WrestleMania times, just hypothetically speaking, I would have a story within the faction of where Jade is getting more attention than Bianca is. And Bianca eventually grows jealous, and you know, sides start to be picked. Of
Yeah,
course,
I'm listening.
Montez. Oh, okay. Well, Dre had to step out for a second, but okay, he's back. But I was gonna say sides would start to be chose. Of course, Montez is gonna stand by his lady,
Of
Bianca,
course.
of course. But you could have Bobby Lashley taking Jade's side. And there's kind of like this little inner friction going on of like, who really is, you know, the first lady of the hurt business, and you build that up for like 4 or 5 months going into WrestleMania season. And then eventually there comes a time where either Cargill turns on Belair or vice versa, then we're off to the races. That's just my little short fantasy booking idea. I don't know how you feel about that.
It could work either way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like any of those scenarios work, whether they're against each other or they're with each other. I
I
just
mean,
think it's just a great idea just to have her.
yeah,
It's no
no, it
telling
is.
what's gonna happen. I don't. It's no telling what storyline they're gonna go, where they're gonna put it. Because to be honest with you, now that she's there, I feel like now we have a little bit more competition for Rhea.
Yes, we
Um,
do.
and
Yes,
I
we
and
do.
I and I'm more so on that side than I am anything else. Because
Right,
right now, the way that they are building her, she has no competition.
right. And
Um, and I feel like the only other person that they had at this point was Naya.
mm-hmm,
Now also have competition for Naya. So
mm-hmm,
now it's more, you know what I'm saying?
right,
It looks more leveled out now. We got people
right.
that can we have heavyweights, super
Yeah,
heavyweights in the women division. You know what I'm
right.
saying? We got Rhea now, we got Naya, and now we got Jay. Because
And it's
they would have to build in order for Bianca to be in that category, which she physically well is. I mean, she picked up Otis and ran around the ring.
yes, she did.
Uh,
She did. I forgot
so
about that. She did.
so in that they would just have now. I think her getting with the hurt business would build her
Of course
to
it would.
look like to give the thought process of super heavyweight. But now, bringing Jade in, now you got a little competition. I think that's dope. I think
No,
that's
it
dope.
is. It is. And I was gonna add on to that. I think it you talked about it being more leveled now. I think it'll be more leveled out too in terms of now if you really wanted to pull that trigger for some reason or another on Rhea becoming a babyface, it's a lot easier to do that because Jade is a heel through and through, and she could just come in and be
She's
like,
not gonna come in as a heel.
you don't
She's
think
not
she'll
gonna
come in as a heel?
She's not coming as a heel.
So you think she'll be a babyface?
I think the universe is gonna make her a babyface.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, she was a heel in AEW.
Right. But even then, she was getting cheered.
Right.
She was still getting cheered.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you're right.
About the universe is gonna make her a babyface. When she comes in, they're gonna be super excited to see her. She's gonna have to do something to become a heel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you have this dynamic. If you do want to build that story between of having, the two ladies of the Hurt Business, if you wanted to go that route and start to build that story, and eventually have Jade be the one turn on Bianca, because we know Bianca is a national treasure, right? She's beloved. Like, she's got, you know what I'm saying, the fans young and old.
She need to be a heel too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gives that's why I was saying I think it gives H a little bit more room to play with, who will be your top heels and who will be your top baby faces. Because like I said, now, because remember before, even though Rhea's been getting cheered like for a long time, and she's supposedly a heel with the Judgment Day, but like the WWE universe is like begging for her to turn. I think you can do that now, not only with the addition of Nia Jax or the return of Nia Jax, but also with the addition of Cargill. And
I don't think though. I don't feel like that would matter regardless.
You don't think so?
I don't want to see Rhea as a babyface.
You don't?
No.
So you like the heel of Rhea Ripley?
Absolutely love Rhea as a heel.
I mean, I dig it too. I definitely dig it too.
That would mess her up so badly. That would mess her up so badly. She's stronger now than ever as a heel.
Yes, she is. No,
she's like, to me, her story is just like Roman Reigns. I don't ever want to see Roman Reigns go back to being a babyface.
Me neither. Me neither. I really don't.
I don't need it.
I don't either. Well, in that regard, let's switch gears here for a minute. Okay, so now that we've established that Jade is going to be a game changer in the WWE Women's Division, let's talk a little bit about like matchups. So we've already discussed obviously the dream match with her and Belair. We've even touched on a little bit of her versus Rhea. But let's go down the list of like some of the other top women in WWE, like a Raquel Rodriguez or a
I don't want to see it. I'm not interested.
You don't want to see it?
Nope. Against
Jade versus Raquel?
Nope. I'm good.
Wow.
I don't want to see it.
I
want Jade to shut down the top dog. I want to see her shut down Charlotte. I want to see her shut down Piper. I want to see her shut down. Yeah. That's what I want.
Wow.
Let it be known.
You want Jade to go in.
Black Lives Matter.
Okay, I dig it. I feel you.
I want to see it. I don't
feel you on that.
Rodriguez, she let her finish her story with she needs to go for a belt. We don't,
Yeah, she does.
Just pick a belt and let's go for it. Actually, you need to pick. She need to go to SmackDown and pick that belt. Because
you talking about the women's championship from EO?
No, is that what that is?
Yeah, the SmackDown is the WWE Women's Championship. Raw is the women's championship.
Okay, yeah.
So you would rather see her take the belt? You would rather see Rodriguez take the belt off of EO?
I would rather see her fight for the belt. I don't take it off. She hasn't shown me yet. Not that I'm anybody, but I just haven't seen champion material from her.
From her. Well, I mean, at the same time, like, I mean, how the hell has she been booked? I mean, her booking has been
terrible. But you still got to climb that ladder. We got to see some stuff.
Yeah,
Your promos aren't that dope yet.
No,
So we
she
gotta
definitely doesn't.
work on
She
that.
definitely can't talk on the mic.
Your in ring performance is cool,
Yeah,
but it ain't like when I think of a champion, I
right.
think of your charisma in the ring, how you
Mhm.
move in the ring, how you cut promos.
That's
You're
true.
talking about being the top star of the company. You're talking
Right,
about doing the promotions for the company. They
right,
send champions out and do
right.
TV shows and do
That's right.
meet and greets and send them all over the country and stuff like
That's
that.
true. That's
That's what
true.
they do. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? And I just
Yeah.
don't see that in Rodriguez yet.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I can agree with you on that. She definitely does. She definitely needs to take initiative on her own, despite the way that she's been booked. But yeah, to your point, she does need to go back to the drawing board or whatever you want to call it, and definitely find whatever that is that she needs to find to
Right.
further elevate herself because
The
the
only
potential
reason
is
why I
there.
feel I feel like Io became who she is only strictly because Io was a fan favorite.
Oh yeah, she can
And so
go in the ring,
they fell on the fan favorite because Io sucks at promos
of
too.
course.
So
But that's
you
why
just
she has Bailey. That's why she has Bailey.
right, but Bailey wants the championship, so I feel like that's gonna be the destruction of what's the damage control
Damage control.
because Bailey wants the championship. So I feel like her getting it,
Yeah.
I'll take that because it makes sense based upon what it is you're trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I get that. I understand that. However, uh Rodriguez, nah. Give it to I mean, even Zelina Zelina has better promos because of her time with Malachi. What was he
Malachi.
in?
Well, yeah, Malachi or
Who's Malachi
yeah,
Black?
Malachi Black. Yeah, her husband. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
she
she
does have that advantage.
has that
Yeah.
experience.
Right. Right.
She like those. If you're gonna be a champion, like we gotta be a. You just gotta kill in everything. To me,
No,
business
that's
wise,
true.
you gotta
No,
kill in
that's true.
everything.
You're right. You're right. And I
So
think you want to talk about advantages and benefiting from other people. You go back to EO Sky for a minute. Yes, she was always a fan favorite because of how much she could go in the ring, but I really think pairing her up with somebody like Bailey really did wonders for her career because EO can just be the workhorse that goes in the ring and puts on like the killer matches, and Bailey
right,
can be the mouthpiece
yeah,
because Bailey is, in my opinion, one of the better talkers as far as women goes in WWE. Not named Becky Lynch or not named Charlotte Flair.
yeah,
If you just ask me.
yeah.
So let me ask you. So let me put this out there to you. Let me see how you feel about this. Would it benefit? Would it benefit Raquel Rodriguez? Number one, having a change of character, aka turn heel, and possibly get a mouthpiece or somebody to cut promos for her. Do you think that could be part of the change?
I'm not a fan of. I feel like nobody needs anybody to cut promos for anybody unless you just have a language barrier. A
Right.
Shinsuke Nakamura, a Io Sky, someone like that. If you speak perfectly good English, what do you need somebody to cut promos for you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless you give that vibe.
Right.
Undertaker gave that vibe. They came out, he didn't say anything because Paul did all the talking for him.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when it was time for him to talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was there. I'm even like questioning Solo. With his Solo gives great promos. Solo gave good promos at NXT. I wish they would let him talk more.
Yeah, I did. You know what? I do too. I do too.
We're getting there. We're getting
Right.
there. But even
Right.
when you're dope at promos, you can have a promo master like Paul Heyman on your side, and you still do all the talking. No one cuts promos better than Paul Heyman. Period.
I mean, yeah. In this modern day,
this modern day, there's no better promo than
You're
Paul
right.
Heyman. And
I
to
could
have
probably
Paul
say,
Heyman by your side and you still get the mic, that means you're killing the game with the promos.
no,
So
you're
that
right. And I would probably say, even though Heyman is number one, I would probably say a close second, if it's even a close second. And I know you may not be too familiar with this dude, but I encourage you to go on YouTube and listen and watch some of his stuff. I would put Don Callis from AEW as a close two under Paul.
I know about Don Callis. I don't think he's better than Paul.
No, he's not. He's not better than Paul. But if I just had to have somebody up under Paul Heyman as far as promos goes as a manager, Callis would be the guy.
Callis was killing it when he was with
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, killing it. Like I said, I've watched. You know, I know you and I have our differences when it comes to AEW and WWE.
Right.
You're an AEW guy. I'm a WWE. However, I do watch AEW sometimes.
Okay.
Now, I fall asleep on it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Slumber, slob, snore. But I do catch a few. Because some of my favorites are there. Malachi's there. Daniel Bryan's there. Like, why would I not? John Moxley's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch because some of my favorites from WWE I was watching it when Cody was there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I stopped watching it. Cody was my reason to watch it, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's fair.
Cody was my reason to watch it. And then when Cody came back to WWE, I stopped watching it a little bit more because now I'm like, well, Cody's where he's supposed to be. So, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I was watching, Jay was there. Of course I was watching.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know about it. I just feel like, you know, it's like having a montage keyboard and then you got a mode, a regular mode, the silver mode.
Yeah.
That's AEW. I mean, I won't not play it. You know what I'm saying? I won't not play it if it's there.
Yeah.
I know it's bored enough, you know.
Right.
But I'd much rather have a montage.
Hey, man.
WWE. But anyway,
that's why it's America.
That's my change for AEW for the day. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen.
That was actually a really good analogy. I actually
I'm just saying.
AEW fan, I actually like that analogy.
Not bad.
Okay.
It's just not.
He said it, AEW fans. You heard it. He said it's not bad. At least we got a not bad out of him.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Making progress.
Real talk. Because let's be clear. You may want Domino's, you may want Pizza Hut, you know. But if you're hungry, you'll eat Little Caesars and that's AEW. Hungry enough and it's there, you know.
If you saying if you're in a hurry and you just starving, you'll pull over and get that $5 hot and ready.
They're getting hot and ready at the moment.
That AEW is hot and ready. Okay. I mean, at least it feels the need. At least it feels the need.
Hey.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Oh man. Dre is that's why he is who he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's here on Ring Psychology for stuff like this. You're seeing why he is who he is.
I'm just being honest with people.
No, I hear you, man. No, that's good stuff though. It's funny as hell, but it's good stuff. Oh God.
I do know that Don Callis is good. So I feel like if I know we switched gears, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I just had to.
No, that's what we do. That's what we do on here.
Because he swears by AEW, y'all. And
I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I do. I put my hand. I put my hand up in the courtroom. Yes, Your Honor. I do plead All Elite Wrestling. Yes, I do. But much like Dre, though, I do love and I respect WWE. And much like how he said about AEW, I'll go in and speak my piece. I love the young talent in WWE. That's why I started watching. I watched for guys like Ricochet, like Chad Gable, like Gunther, like Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? Drew McIntyre. Lord have mercy, like LA Knight is there. And Dre, you know how I feel about LA Knight.
The Knight
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Jay Uso, like, yes, I have my people.
I feel like if LA Knight was to go to AEW, you'd never watch WWE again.
You're right. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
You'd never watch
it. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
It's
just like that one time. It's just like that one time I watched Breaking Bad. It's a good show, but I would never watch it like that. But you know, I mean, hey, I'm just keeping it a buck 3,000, man. That's all.
Really? That's all. So since we're talking about LA Knight, let's chat about him for a second.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's finally getting the push.
Yeah.
That he needs. What do you feel about his push? What do you really honestly feel about what they're doing with him versus what they could be doing? Because they could be pushing him further.
They could.
But you know, what do you think about it?
Well, I'll definitely say this. Let's go back to SummerSlam and him winning that Slim Jim Battle Royal. I think that for one was like very, very crucial and huge as far as the next step in his career. And I applaud WWE management, Triple H, everybody on the staff for seeing the light and finally like giving him a moment where, you know, he really got over. So kudos, thumbs up on that. Right. I think the next big important part of this push has been that segment with The Miz. Because you know, for a long time, Dre, even when Jay was here on the show with us, you know, I have been the judge in the courtroom banging the gavel saying, get that man on TV. Give that man TV time. And that Monday Night Raw with him and The Miz in that promo segment was a thing of beauty. And I love, and you know what? The Miz was awesome in that too. Shout out to Mike Mizanin, man. The Miz did his thing. And he definitely elevated, he definitely helped elevate LA Knight in that promo segment. But when they finally let LA Knight have a live mic and just do his thing, and you see the way the audience like gravitates towards every word he says, I'm sitting there watching this and I'm like, this is what I've been talking about. This is what I've been preaching to the choir about. All you have to do is just give this man TV time and let him go and do his thing. And you see what happens. Now the floodgates have opened up. Right. Now you've got him main eventing SmackDown with Finn Balor, closing out the show. Right. Wonderful. Now, you know, you got endorsements with Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Slim Jim. Beautiful. Now LA Knight is on all of these podcasts and talk shows and stuff. Beautiful. That's the only thing I've been saying. That's just give this man some TV time and let him show you who he can be. And I'm glad that WWE has finally done that. Now that we've got that established, the next part in his story, I believe, is him winning a championship. At this point, I don't give a darn what it is. It could be the U.S. Championship. It could be the Intercontinental Championship. I don't care. Let him go to NXT and win the North American Championship for all I care. But it is time to put a belt on LA Knight. Because once you put a belt on LA Knight, you think the crowd has gravitated toward him now? The pop that he's going to get when he wins a belt? Oh, it's over. It's over, man.
Do you think they're ever going to put the main championship on him?
I'm going to cautiously say yes, but it's not going to come without him having to jump through more hoops. And the only reason why I say that is because even though the old man is no longer in control, I feel like these Endeavor people are still using some of the McMahon-isms. And what I mean by the McMahon-isms is the fact that, okay, well, he's 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's a young man's game.
LA is 45?
Yes. LA is 45 years old.
Okay.
So no, I'm sorry, not 45. He's 43. Sorry, he's 43.
Even still, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, like LA's been in LA Knight's been in the
But
game.
everybody's there, like, cause
AJ is around that margin.
Damien's about that.
Finn, believe it or not, Finn is around that margin too. So is Damien as well. They got a lot of seasoned cats in the E right now, man. But I think the main reason why, even when Vince was there, and I hate to bring his name up, I think the reason why when Vince was there, why he did not elevate LA Knight at the time when he got like red hot is because Vince didn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a self Vince McMahon made gimmick. It was really a Triple H gimmick because LA Knight, as we all know, was in NXT before he got called up to the main roster. So really, that's a Triple H project. That's got H's fingerprints all over it. So when he finally got called up to the main roster and Vince, wanted to turn him, you know what I'm saying, into that ridiculous Max Dupree, which made no sense whatsoever, that was pretty much Vince telling us, the wrestling fans, is like, well, yeah, no, he's not going to get a push. If I didn't create him on this part in this part of the company, no, he's not getting elevated. Like, no, he's going to have to show me that he's worthy of going further in this part of the company. And all he did was prove him wrong. So he really forced the hand of Vince and the rest of management to do nothing but elevate him. And I'm glad they finally did. So I think the next step now is, like I said, putting a championship on him. I don't care at this point if it's the secondary championship, whether it's US, Intercontinental, North American. I don't care. But it's time for LA Knight to win some gold, so that even though the Rocket is being prepared to put on his back, like, winning a championship will solidify, okay, put a rocket on this man's back and let this man keep soaring as high as he needs to soar. Because LA Knight is a bona fide star. Like, if you don't believe it now, you never will. I mean, all you got to do is listen to the crowd. That's all you got to do. Just listen to the WWE universe. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
Point blank, period.
I can see that.
So, but I actually wanna kind of backtrack on this situation that happened at the end of Monday Night Raw. Did you catch that? With that whole brawl that happened between Rhodes, Zayn, and
like, that's just, we had nothing else to do. Just do it.
Oh, really? That's what you look at that as?
There was no point of that. Like, what was the actual point of that?
Now, here's what I heard. It's funny that I'm glad you actually said that, because the whispers I've been hearing and from what I've been reading on the internet the past week or so is it could possibly set up this year's War Games between the Judgment Day and Owens, Rhodes, and Zayn. That's just the whispers I'm hearing. So apparently that was supposed to be a tease for Survivor Series or something like that.
Why?
I don't know exactly right now, but again, that's just what I've been reading and hearing about in these articles that I've been seeing. Because I don't know if you saw it or not, but I actually put up. I believe it was either a fan or somebody had put up an entire clip of, because the brawl continued after Raw went off the air. Like, it was just a big melee. Like, management came out, like 4 or 5 referees came out, like they were just brawling like all over the ring, like chairs were being thrown, like it was just madness. And I'm just watching that whole clip and I'm saying, like, okay, on the surface, this is ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm like, WWE wouldn't do this and wouldn't allow this to go viral if this wasn't teasing or leading to something. Like, if
Why?
they're doing this, you saying why?
Yeah. Like, what would be the purpose? Just to have a Survivor Series match?
I guess just for the sake of having a War Games match. I mean, but if you think about it though, Dre, there is kind of a story behind this, in it to a certain extent, because
We don't need point that stories this close to WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, you're right.
We don't need point stories this close to WrestleMania. We still got to get. We still got to get. You still got to get Cody to Roman.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they have not pulled the trigger on
now. And we need more now than ever, because I don't know if you heard, because you know you be all in wrestling, but I look at how the outside world can affect wrestling.
Right.
And the strike is over.
Oh, really?
Strike is over. So we just put Cena and The Rock back to work. So now we need to go ahead and solidify Cody and Roman, because I don't think Rock and Roman is going to happen. They still got to film. Fast 10 Part 2 is supposed to come out next year.
Oh man, is Cena supposed to be in that?
Rock is supposed to be in there. Cena. Well, I don't want to mess it up for those who haven't seen it.
Oh,
but
okay.
Rock definitely supposed to be in it.
Okay. Yeah, of course, because he's Hobbs, of course. Yes. Right. Dang. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's an H problem. That's not a us problem. That's an H problem. They've been the one dragging their toes through the dirt. Like, you know, the opportunity is there. You had Dwayne on SmackDown last week. It did great numbers.
Well, I mean, it's not even a matter of if they had him or not. WrestleMania is not till April.
Right.
Even if you had him, like, at this point, it's money. Give this man the dollar that he needs to say, hey, we will put this on hold so that I can do this. That's what it's all about.
That's the problem. Can they? It's not. I should say it's not the matter of will they do it. The thing of it is like, how are they going to do it and convince Dwayne that, okay, yeah, we understand the strike may be over and you want to go back to filming, but we got a deal that you can't refuse. How are they going to give this man an offer he can't refuse?
They got the money. Endeavor for sure has the money.
Yeah.
For sure have the money.
And I've been hearing too that Endeavor has been, talking a little smack, saying that, being that this is going to be their first WrestleMania, since the merge, they're talking about they want this to be a showstopper and all of that. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, hey, those are pretty big words. So put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something. Strikes over.
If you want to showstop in WrestleMania, you got to get the showstoppers. That's what you got to do. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know Dwayne Johnson personally, but if there's one thing I know, if once he makes up his mind to go back to filming, it's gonna be very hard to drag him out, because that's where his mind is.
He signed the contract for the movie,
right?
So the movie has to happen. I don't know how much time we've lost during the strike. They were already supposed to be filming, but regardless of the fact, the strike is over.
Yep.
And anybody go back to work.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I said that's a H problem. Like, I think H kind of, missed the I think he kind of missed the boat, for real. Because I mean, after that reaction that The Rock got when he came back a week ago, you should have capitalized right there. You should have been like, okay, now it's time to put this story in motion, if we're gonna put it in motion. Like, you need to schedule
too much of a storyline if he's not going to necessarily be there. He's not seen. Like, he chooses when he's going. Cena told when he's going.
Right.
So,
well,
all that matters.
Well, I mean, if you don't, well, I mean, hey, if you miss the Rock, if you miss that boat called The Rock, then yeah, you need to go ahead and pull the trigger on this SmackDown trade and go on and send Cody over there so we can get this thing cracking.
Yeah, they gotta. I don't. Yeah, they gotta start that. They have to start that storyline.
Like ASAP, because it's about to be October Sunday, and
Right.
before you know it, you know it's going to be the end of October.
It has to be set by January.
Has to be.
It really needs to be set before January in the event of Cody not being in the Royal Rumble.
Right.
So if you're gonna do that,
Oh, but you know what? I just thought about something too. And I actually put this up on the Facebook page. I don't know why I didn't mention this when we first started talking about this, but I've also been hearing and seeing articles about the possibility of The Rock being at Elimination Chamber, because I don't know if you know or not, but Elimination Chamber is going to be in Perth, Australia this year.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be a record-setting PLE, and I've been seeing from maybe about like 2 or 3 outlets that they're trying to negotiate something with The Rock possibly performing in some capacity at Elimination Chamber. Now, again, this is just all rumors right now. I don't know how they're going to work all of that out, because like you said, the strike is over, and I don't know how that's going to interfere with his movie schedule. I don't know. It's just a big cluster right now. But I'm just telling you what I've heard. I'm just the messenger. They were saying something about being, that this was the WWE's first PLE in Australia in about some years. They want to do it big. So they're talking about possibly featuring Dwayne on Elimination Chamber. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's just the word on the street. I don't know how in the world that will work out. And then who's he gonna face on top of that? If that were to
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't want to see him do regular stuff.
No, and he shouldn't.
Not a regular wrestler. Don't put him in a pointless match. Put him, if you're gonna put him in a match that really doesn't matter, put him in a match that the people want to see. Get your bread. They don't want to see him fight anybody but Roman.
That's it.
Or at least one of the bloodline members.
Right. To get to Roman. Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to it. Maybe that's how you get your tribal chief, your tribal comeback.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they want. I feel like that's belittling the match.
Yeah, it is.
WrestleMania.
It can.
Rock and Roman is a WrestleMania only match.
Only. Right.
Putting that somewhere else is stupid.
Yeah, or either, and I know this may not help too much either, but I mean, at least it's an idea. I mean, maybe they decide to have The Rock like do a segment, and Roman comes out and interrupts him, and they have a confrontation, and maybe you build up the match that way. Possibly.
Regardless of the fact it needs to be a WrestleMania match, at least give them night 1 while Cody and Roman gets night 2.
I would rather Roman and Rock close out WrestleMania. I would rather Cody. Because you remember, I think it was last week we had teased. I don't even know if this is in the realm of possibility, but if somehow they were able to get CM Punk in the WWE, I would not mind seeing Cody and CM Punk.
CM Punk ain't coming back. Nobody wants CM Punk.
I can agree with that, but I'm just saying if there was like a change of heart, so let's just hypothetically speak, like H and Nick Khan have a change of heart about Phil, and say that they invite Phil, they fly Phil in to Stamford, Connecticut, and they have a meeting. They have a long conversation, and Phil, expresses, what went wrong the last time, and he feels like, okay, this time that I've had off ever since I got released by AEW, I've had some time to think. I've had some time to, reevaluate how I go about doing my business and how I go about interacting with people in the locker room. And let's just say that's his pitch to Triple H and Nick Khan. And let's say they bite on it. And they're like, okay, all right, Phil, we're going to give you a shot, but this is your one shot. This is your one opportunity. If you blow this, you will never be seen again in WWE. This is your one chance to make it right. So let's just say Phil pleads his case. They believe him. They give him one more shot. I would not mind seeing him and Cody in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. And shoot, let it be for the number one contender. Put a little, put some herbs and spices on it.
Why would you push Roman for another year?
What you mean push him for another? I'm talking about the match between him and Punk is for the number one contender to face Roman the next night at WrestleMania.
Nobody wanted to see Punk and Roman.
You really think they're going to put Punk over Cody Rhodes?
No, no one wants to even think of the fact of he even being in the picture.
Well, you got to get Cody there some way. You gonna put him in the Rumble again? No.
Oh, I say someone still got to go to Cody. Someone still got to go to SmackDown. Cody need to go to SmackDown.
Okay, but how are you going to occupy him until WrestleMania is the question.
What they doing now?
So what? I guess give him some main event wins on SmackDown. I guess. Continue to build him up from there.
Get him. The thing about it is going to be, it's already going to be a big storyline anyway because we know someone's going to SmackDown from Raw because they put Jay on Raw.
Right.
Once he gets over there, everybody's gonna already know what it is.
Yeah.
They're gonna already know. Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna figure it out.
He's going at the Rumble.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
So whoever wins the Royal Rumble, go after Seth. And if Senior Money in the Bank really want to turn heads, not only am I gonna take your title, I'm gonna do it the same way that you did it, Seth. I'm gonna wait to WrestleMania and cash in and make that joint a triple threat. Boom.
I could see that. Ooh, you know what? That would be a hell of a full circle situation. Wow.
That builds that storyline, and now we got Cody going that Roman. It's all about the story. The storyline is what makes the money.
No, you're right, but I never thought about that. Like Damian Priest actually pulling the same tactic that Seth pulled years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But the only difference is it's happened to Seth. Wow. Yeah, you know what? You might be on to something there, sir.
That rips Cody away. And even if he hints at it now, if you start hitting at it now, we're gonna start thinking about that more than anything else. That rips Cody away out of this storyline, whatever they're doing with Jay and them. Sure, let them fight at Survivor Series. Sure. Well, let's humor us. Let's let them do that while the Bloodline fights the Hurt Business. Cool. There you go. We got to have something. We got to have a War Games again. That was dope. That was a lot of money for them. That they made bread with that. So cool. We got to let that happen. But Damian doing that rips Cody out of the picture and let him focus on Roman.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. But the only thing about that is you talk about the Royal Rumble winner. Now you got to figure that out because you got a whole bunch of toys to play with in that regard. Like you have Gunther, you have LA Knight, you have Drew McIntyre.
But that's just putting them in the situation. That's just throwing them in. Now I don't know about Drew McIntyre, because they're really, really teasing Drew joining Judgment Day. I've been seeing that.
Drew's gonna join the Judgment Day.
I've been seeing it a lot. They've been playing around with that, and they've been playing around with Jay joining.
I can't see Jay joining the Judgment.
I can't see it neither, but Jay been posting stuff about him and Rhea. He been posting stuff about him and Rhea, about taking Rhea from Dominic.
Where have you discovered this?
I follow people, bro. I follow them on everything: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Wait a minute. He said
he's posting
Repeat that again.
Let me show you.
Yeah. Show me.
Posted it. I don't know if it was a story though. So
wow,
it was a story, but he posted it, and I couldn't even
away from Dominic.
Jey Uso, where he at?
Because I want to say that sounds like him just trying to get in Dominic's head. I think that's just a little psychological tactic he's pulling with old dirty Dom. But if it's a thing, I mean, that's a hell of a story. Intertwined
it was a story. I don't see it anymore.
My whole thing with the Judgment Day, real fast, since we're briefly touching on the Judgment Day, like real fast, like when are they gonna pull the trigger on JD McDonald? Like when is he gonna officially join them? That's my whole thing.
When I don't think he is.
So you don't think he'll actually be officially in the group? He'll just be associated with it.
They still got they still got to break up. He's gonna go wherever
Finn goes. So you still think Finn is gonna be the odd man out of the group eventually?
Finn is the Bailey of the situation. He wants that title, and he knows that Damien got it next.
Yeah,
it's inevitable.
Yeah,
he will be the next world heavyweight champion.
Now, what if? Now, I agree with you 2,000% on that. But let's just say WWE pulls a swerve.
They won't.
And let's say they had Finn screw Damien out of the championship.
I mean, that could happen, but that's still going to break them up.
Yeah, I mean, the split will still happen. But my whole thing is
as far as Damien becoming the next champion.
Yeah.
I mean,
what is that? Where do you go?
Where that it would happen though. It would have to happen that way.
So what is that? So say that does happen. So like where do you go? Where do you go from there in terms of just Damien's push? Because this is what this push was all centered around, him becoming the world champion eventually. But now if you swerve us and that doesn't happen, where does he go then?
That we could talk about next week.
Okay. All right. I see what you did there.
That we could talk about next week. Put a pin on it. That we could talk about next week. Okay. Along with our predictions. Because Fastlane is next week too.
That's right. It is. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I know Dre is not gonna like what I'm about to say, but tomorrow on the Ring Psychology Facebook page, speaking of predictions, I will be giving my personal predictions for AEW Wrestle Dream happening this Sunday, October 1st in Seattle, Washington. It's going to be a great card. If you just want to see great professional wrestling, just for the sake of watching it, tune in to Wrestle Dream Sunday, October 1st. From Seattle, Washington, 8:00 p.m. Okay, I'm done now. Now,
No,
Okay, I'm done. I'm done now. Okay. So what I think Dre was about to say is,
Maybe I need to just go to an AEW thing live and see, because right now,
yeah, that would be great. And hopefully I would have the means to join you so I could show you myself what I've been trying to tell you all this time. But even at that, I don't even think you would still be sold. But either way, it's okay. It's all right. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week as we will not only give our fast lane predictions, but we will continue on this topic as well as others about Judgment Day and everything else that goes on in WWE while Dre keeps doing this pan while Dre keeps panning himself in and out of the broadcast. Did that really just wear you down? I mean, I didn't stop talking about Wrestle Dream.
It's your boy Draco. You can find me at you can find me on Facebook, Draco. Instagram, I am _Draco. TikTok, I am Draco. That's where you'll find me. Hopefully one day, we'll see. One day I'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
He don't do it for me.
But while he figures that out, you can go. You can find me on Facebook, George Kennebrew, because that is my real name. My last name is spelled KENNEBRAW. You could also check out my Instagram, Livis_1. That is the word ONE_living, and of course TikTok is Special K_0788.
Yes, sir. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, the Ring Psychology Podcast. Also on TikTok, same thing, the Ring Psychology Podcast. And find us on YouTube, the Ring Psychology Podcast. We got
all the latest episodes up on YouTube right now. So feel free to
every week, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on the dot.
We're working on Twitch. We're working on Apple Music Podcast.
Right.
So we'll let you know soon what's going on with that.
We're just getting started. I'm telling you, 2024 is our year. I'm just telling you that right now. 2024 is Ring Psychology's year. We taking over in 2024.
Definitely gonna be right now. Will be a bigger situation next year. Top of the year. We already
top of the year. Absolutely. And we're gonna try to get old Jim Cornette's grandson out of the rock that he's been hiding under, because I know y'all miss him.
He's in tribal combat tonight.
He's in tribal combat right now. We gotta go over there and get him, bring him back to safety. He's fighting a good fight right now.
But until then, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back next week.
That's right.
Holla at y'all. I'll see y'all.